The Chicago Bulls pick Michael Jordan of the University of North Carolina.
All right, old school NBA fans, self-research, NBA facts. Got another video for you. As always, thanks to anybody who watches my videos, subscribes to my channel. I really appreciate it. My comment of the day comes from ASAP Tenebrae. Hope I'm saying that right. That's just how it sounds. He says that it took 22 years for the media and everybody to manufacture this GOAT. And now we'll spend the next 20 years exposing their lies. Absolutely. That's why I made this channel. And I know there's other people too that have said the same thing. They made this channel because of the media and everything and all this infatuation with LeBron James. And suddenly Michael Jordan wasn't actually as good as we remembered. So yeah, thanks for that, ASAP Tenebrae. You're right on the money. So in this video here is volume 2 of my comprehensive guide to Michael Jordan, the NBA's GOAT. In volume 1, I gave you what Michael Jordan did year by year, accomplishments, records, feats, that kind of thing. And also what he did while he was on the Bulls from a team aspect. This video focuses more on looking back on Michael Jordan's career, what he accomplished. While the other one was a year by year, individually and on a team, this is overall career, what Jordan accomplished. We'll kick right into it. Yesterday I talked for 15 minutes about Michael Jordan's accomplishments, and I got about halfway through it. Yeah, that's the standard we're dealing with. The immaculate resume of Michael Jordan. The only player to never lose a series with home court advantage. That's a fact. Look up any player you want, guaranteed at some point they got beat with home court advantage. Jordan only lost one series in which he led at any point. If it was 1-0, it was over. With the one exception of the 1989 Eastern Conference Finals when the Bulls went up 2-1, Detroit won 3 in a row. They imposed the Jordan rules. Really, all they did was they just went after Pippen and Horace Grant, and that was it. The only player in the modern era to say that. Even some of these new guys like Giannis, Jokic, any of those guys, they've already lost series in which they led. Multiple. Michael Jordan went 631 games without 3 losses in a row. Playoffs, regular seasons, both together, started in 11 of 1990, ended in 11 of 01 when he was on the Wizards. And that does not include the Bulls because they got beat 3 in a row in 94 and 95, so they are not part of this. Michael Jordan was the leading scorer in 27 of 35 finals games. 77.1% of his finals games played, he was the leading scorer. That's the best all time of any player who's at least went to multiple finals. The only top 75 player to not lose to a 3 through 8 seed. Now, Anthony Davis didn't get beat by a 3 through 8 seed either. So technically he shares that right now. But he hasn't finished his career yet, so we'll see if he can continue to do that. Michael Jordan was on the best teams, and this goes right to competition and the strength of his era. The best team of first team All-NBA 1988. You can dispute it if you want to. That consisted of Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, and Hakeem Olajuwon. That was the first team 1988 first team All-NBA. First team All-Defense. You can go 93 or 96. You got Jordan, Pippen, and Rodman on either team. And then on the 93 team, it was Dumars and Olajuwon, or 96 was Gary Payton and David Robinson. Take your pick. Those are the best 2 all-defensive teams ever. Team USA of 1992, I still say it's not close. They're the best. It certainly wasn't this last Olympic team. Redeem Team was at least in the ballpark, but no, this 2024 team, no way. The best all-decade team, as long as the players played 5 seasons in the decade, that would be Magic Johnson, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Charles Barkley, and Kareem. You're not going to find a better all-decade team than that. You got 4 of the top, 7 players of all time? Good luck. The best team of all time, the 95-96 Bulls, 72-10 in the regular season. Yes, that's been beaten, but the 87-13, including the playoffs, not so much. That's an .870 winning percentage, the best ever. Michael Jordan never had a teammate and only one opponent ever scored 40 points in a playoff game that Michael Jordan played in. That was Charles Barkley in the 93 finals, but Jordan himself scored 40-point playoff games 37 times, the most of all time. Michael Jordan averaged 32.5 points to 37.1 points over a 4-year period. That's the best since the merger. Now, I'm sure these modern players, they're going to beat that. Giannis, Alexander, somebody's going to beat it, I'm sure. These guys score so easy, it's not even funny now. Michael Jordan is the only player in NBA history to win an MVP once every 3 full seasons played. In other words, his first full season was 1985, his second one was 87, his third one's 88. Bam, MVP. Then you go 89, 90, bam, 91, 92. Then he goes 93, then 96, 97, then 98. Then he played in 02 and 03. Every 3 full seasons, Michael Jordan won an MVP. No one else can say that in NBA history. Period. Michael Jordan and Nikola Jokic are the only 2 players to lead their teams every playoff run in box plus minus, values over replacement, and PER. The highest championship percentage of 50-plus win seasons, 75%. Since the merger, 6 of 8 championships when winning 50 games. That's the best ever, at least since the merger. Don't say Pippen. He won 50 games in 1994, 2000, 2001. No championship. The only player to win 15 of 19 finals games. Now this one does have Pippen on it. Jordan and Pippen from 1991 Game 2 finals through 1996 Game 3. They won 15 out of 19 finals games. No one has ever done that in the history of the NBA. Not Bill Russell, not George Mikan, no one. Also, in that exact same streak, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen are the only players to win 9 out of 10 road finals games. From 1991, Game 3 against the Lakers, they won Games 3, 4, and 5. They won 2 out of 3 in Portland. That's 5-1. All 3 against Phoenix in 93. That's 8-1. And then they won Game 3 against Seattle. 9 out of 10 road finals games. That's the best ever. The best road record for any player in the finals, Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen, 12-6. The most first-team all-defensive teams all time with 9, tied with 3 others, which are Kevin Garnett, Gary Payton, and Kobe Bryant. The most MVPs and scoring titles in the same season with 5. The most scoring titles all time with 10. Most scoring titles with a first-team all-defense. He's got 9 of those. Jordan and Pippen, only players to win 3 straight championships or more twice. No one else has done that. George Mikan has a 3-peat and then has 2. Bill Russell won 8, 2, and 1. Shaq and Kobe and the Lakers, they won 3 in a row once. No one in the history of the NBA has 2 separate 3 championship winning streaks. Only Jordan Pippen. That's it. Michael Jordan only won 25 of 26 playoff series from the first round of 1991 through the 1998 finals, losing only that semifinals in 95 to Orlando. 25 of 26 is the best ever by any player. Bill Russell got to 24 out of 25, but he did not get 25 out of 26. Michael Jordan has the longest gap between first and last MVPs of any player in NBA history. You want to talk about longevity? How about somebody maintaining an MVP level for a decade? He won his first one in 1988 and his last one in 1998. He's also got the longest gap between first and last scoring titles, 11 years apart. I think Wilt is second with 7, and in the MVPs, Kareem is 9 years apart, but not 10. 1987, the first one, 1998, the last one. 11 years apart. No one's ever done that either. Michael Jordan is the only player ever to maintain first team all defense and win the scoring title 10 years apart. So you maintain winning the scoring title in 1988 with a first team all defense, and then you also are first team all defense and the scoring title in 1998. No one's ever done that either. Michael Jordan is the only player to win a title every season, having an all-NBA or an all-defensive teammate in a full season, or really 20-plus games, because the only two it didn't count was when he played under 20. That would have been in 1995. That would have covered 1991, I think Pippen was all defense, 92, 93, 96, 97, and 98. Every time he had an all-NBA or all-defensive teammate and Jordan played a full season, he won the championship, period. No other player can say that. Michael Jordan raised his point-per-game average in the playoffs from the regular season 11 of 13 times. That's the best of any player since the merger. The only player I think has a higher percentage was Jerry West. He went 9 out of 10, and then 1 year he matched his regular season. So really it was 9 out of 11 if you want to be technical about going over. So really you could say Jordan ever. Michael Jordan is the only player in NBA history to win a championship whenever winning 55 games or more. Find me anybody else, at least somebody who's retired. Go ahead, find me anybody. But any retired player, there's no one, only Jordan. Somebody did not win the championship when winning over 55 games at least once. And it's over 55, not 55 on the dot. Because Jordan and the Bulls in 1990, they won 55 on the dot and didn't win it. It's over 55. Michael Jordan is the second oldest player ever to win the MVP at 35 years, 2 months old at season's end. Michael Jordan has the most finals MVPs of all time with 6. Michael Jordan is the only player ever to outscore his teammates in a playoff series 100% of the time. 37 out of 37. And he outscored his teammates, all of them, by 20 or more points in 8 different playoff series. That's the most ever. Michael Jordan is the only Hall of Fame guard to have only 4 playoff games shooting under 30%. Michael Jordan and Hakeem Olajuwon are the only players ever to win the Finals MVP as the only All-Star on the team multiple times. Olajuwon did it in 94 and 95. Jordan did it in 91 and 98. A Michael Jordan team only suffered 3 playoff losses by 20-plus points. Crazy. Michael Jordan is the only player ever to win the Finals MVP and the League MVP in the same season 4 times. Michael Jordan is also one of 5 top 75 players to win at least 1 round in the playoffs when having a winning record. The other ones were Sam Jones, Dave DeBusschere, George Mikan, and Bill Russell. That's it. Also, the most 30-point-per-game full seasons with 8 of all time. Michael Jordan has had the lowest percentage of teammates score 20-plus points in a playoff game with 97 of 179 games. Only 54.3% of the time did a teammate score 20 or more points. How crazy is that? Also, the lowest percentage of teammates scored 30 points in a playoff game with 6 out of 179, 3.3%. Michael Jordan in the playoffs was 13-4 versus top 5 for MVP players, 15-7 versus top 5 net rated teams, 6-4 versus top 5 for defensive player of the year, 12-5 versus top 5 rated defensive teams of all time, 10-3 versus first team All-NBA players, and Jordan won the championship every year he played a full season and had a teammate on the MVP ballot. Anywhere. You could have been 24th. Anywhere on the ballot. If you were on it and Jordan played a full season, you're winning the championship. Period. Michael Jordan won 2 MVPs, 3 Finals MVPs, 3 championships as the best player, and 3 scoring titles in his 30s. No other player did that. The only all-time great to win the championship every season as the number 1 seed. 5-0 with at least 3 times being the number 1 seed. Like Isaiah Thomas, both times he was the 1 seed, he won the championship. But 3 times or more, only Jordan. Michael Jordan, not the Bulls, Jordan is one of 9 players or teams to win 3 consecutive road series. Jordan did it in 93 Eastern Conference Finals, the finals, through 1995 first round. The other team had home court advantage all 3 of those series. Now, Olajuwon won 4 in a row in 1995, but as far as 3 in a row, it's only been done 9 times. I know Boston did it in 69, like Bill Russell, Sam Jones, all those guys. They did 3 in a row. Michael Jordan has the biggest win disparity in playoff losses of any all-time great you can think of. 111 win difference over 7 playoff series. That comes to 15.85 games per series. 15.85 win differential on average. So in other words, Jordan's rookie year, they won 38 games. Milwaukee won 59. That's a 21 win differential. The next year, the Bulls won 30 games. Boston won 67. That's a 37 win gap. There is no player that I found that only in their losses they had a gap over 15 games on average. There's no one. Michael Jordan owns the most times finishing top 5 for Defensive Player of the Year and MVP in the same season with 7. Michael Jordan and Scottie Pippen are the only Hall of Famers to win 65 plus games and then repeat 3 times, 1992, 1996, and 1997. Pretty nice. Only all-time great since the merger to win every series played when having more All-Stars than the opponents. Guess who that is? Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan has 5 of the only 10 seasons since the merger from 1977 to 2013. That's the cutoff of the golden age, I'm calling it, before the offensive explosion. That covers 37 seasons. He has 5 out of the 10 times that any player got 30 plus points per game on 50% plus field goal percentage with 20 plus field goal attempts. He's got half of them over a 37-year period. Not bad. Michael Jordan is the only all-time great with 0 games of more turnovers than field goals in the playoffs. Michael Jordan played 20 of his 37 playoff series versus Hall of Fame coaches. Pat Riley, Don Nelson, Lenny Wilkins, Jerry Sloan, George Karl, just to name a few. And believe it or not, Casey Jones, a guy he got beat by twice, guy who won those championships at Boston in the 80s, he's not in the Hall of Fame. Always found that nuts. A Michael Jordan team beat at least one team of 50-plus wins 7 of the 8 times his team won 50-plus games. Comes to 87.5%. That's the best of any all-time great. Michael Jordan is the only player ever to win the MVP 60-plus win season with a championship 4 times. No one else has ever done that. Michael Jordan only had 5 playoff games with an under 10 game score. That's the best percentage ever. A Michael Jordan team record of 32-16, 66.66% in the playoff games decided by 5 points or less is the best percentage of any great since the merger. Michael Jordan only had 6 playoff games scoring under 20 points in his whole career, 179 games, and none under 15 points. Both are the lowest percentage of all time. Michael Jordan is the only player to never go 5 consecutive playoff games without scoring 30 points. He's the only one I could find. And I know there's so much more, but this is what I have. Michael Jordan, the only player to ever win in the same season, Finals MVP, MVP, and first team all defense 4 times. The scoring title and the MVP 5 times. Won the MVP and first team all defense 5 times. Finals MVP and MVP 4 times. Scoring title and first team all defense 9 times. MVP and defensive player of the year, that was done 3 times. Giannis, Olajuwon, Jordan. The scoring title, MVP, and first team all defense 5 times. And the scoring title, MVP, defensive player of the year Only one time somebody did that, and that was 1988, Michael Jordan.
Jordan, open, Chicago with the lead.
So there you have it. That's the summary, basically, of the last year and a half. Now, I know I missed some things, and there's a lot more you could add on this list, but there it is. I got 2 videos full of it. Nothing but Michael Jordan accomplishments, records, and feats. I challenge you to go anywhere else and find all that information. You might be able to find some of it on like Wikipedia or something like that, but I bet you're not going to find all of it. But if you do, that'd be great. I'd love to learn more. Let me know if there's somewhere else I can get even more information. That would be awesome. So anyway, that's all I got for this video. Thank you guys for watching. If you liked it, please hit the like button. If you wouldn't mind sharing it, that would be great. If you haven't subscribed already, please do. I give daily content, and that's it. Until next time.